Sup, dudes? I'm glad you came back for Chapter 2 of 12 Rules for Life by Dr. Jordan Peterson. Today, we're talking about treating yourself like someone you're responsible for helping. And boy, do I wish someone had told me this years and years ago. If your pet, friends, or even a family member needs help, you drop everything to do it, right? You want to make sure they're taken care of because they mean a lot to you. But what about you? Would you do that for yourself? Because there was a time where I absolutely would not have. Just as recently as this new year, so 13 days ago, I wasn't taking my medication for depression. I just stopped caring about myself, about where my life was going. I was waiting. For what? For who? I don't know. It's not fun. And before the modern human was able to speak, the world was a very different place. Reality was severely different. Words didn't hurt because they couldn't. Instead, beings were driven by actions. So hunter-gatherers would do exactly that, hunt and gather. The females would watch the nest and protect the children. These actions, which Peterson describes as drama, became the stories we painted on rocks and told around campfires. So why are we still portraying the world and reality as drama-driven? Think about the news. CNN, ABC, all of them are just telling you drama. They're telling you stories. One side of it. Subjective experience, or lived experience as some people will call it, is seriously no better than this simple drama. So your lived experience means nothing to someone who hasn't lived it. Your drama doesn't mean anything to anyone who hasn't been in your shoes. They're not going to understand, and you can't make them understand. So take this as an opportunity to learn about others instead of jumping straight into denying their opinions. Now here is where I want everyone to observe, in case you weren't before. This is where we delve into why radical feminists hate Jordan Peterson. It's because of order and chaos. Peterson explains that the world is inherently run by order and chaos. Order, a positive word, chaos, a negative one. He also equates these terms with masculine and feminine personification. Order being masculine, as men are more likely to create lists and organize their things, and chaos being feminine, as women are emotionally driven. Sounds a little sexist, doesn't it? Well, just hold on a second. Because later in the chapter, Peterson describes how both order and chaos can become destructive if used too often or too much. Too much order causes tyranny. Hitler, Stalin, Mao. It's a balance of order and chaos, the working together of men and women that make the world a far better and less stressful place. Now, let me stop here to highlight a passage that gave me a huge amount of perspective. When chaos strikes, it's not what fell down that matters, it's what's still standing. Cultivate and rebuild what's still standing in your mind, in your life, in your relationships. Chaos doesn't mean the end, it means a chance to make something stronger. When chaos rears its head, we panic, right? It's the human condition. Our ancestors had heightened sensibilities to detect chaos and danger. You can even consider this an order of the brain. Even today, psychiatrists are treating more and more cases of anxiety, and anxiety is simply a misfire of the fight or flight response in your brain. Now, why would we still have such a response when we live in a reality where we are the top of the food chain? I think it's because we're still evolving. We're not done growing as a species, and Mother Nature is trying to weed out all of our old habits. Unfortunately, though, many people have grown to decide how something's going to affect them before they even know what they're looking at. We're trained to see something in the road and avoid hitting it with our car before we even know what it is, right? This could be a good practice for other things in your life, but it needs to be approached in moderation. Don't assume someone's motivation before you even know what that motivation is. Take order and chaos, male and female, one step farther. One more level down the rabbit hole. Every brain is separated into two sections, left brain and right brain. The left brain being more emotionally driven and creative, chaotic. The right brain is far more analytical, ordered. You can now see how neither of those things are inherently negative, right? And if you get them working together for each other, you're happy. How could the nature of man ever reach its full potential without challenge and danger? How indeed. Without order and chaos, we can't function. Too much order and we're Nazis. too much chaos, and we're nothing but a quivering pile of mush. In the Garden of Eden, the snake gave Eve the apple, promising her the vision of God, but all it gives her is the ability to feel shame and self-consciousness. She then takes the apple directly to Adam. He's her spouse, of course. She wants to share it with him. But when Adam and Eve are caught, Adam immediately blames Eve for his shortcomings and feelings of inadequacy. Not much has changed, has it? But take a different approach to this. What if God had coddled Adam and Eve so they never realized their true potentials? By giving them everything they need without the proper balance of decision, God is taking away his own vision of what life could be. Equate the above with that thing all humans do, comparing themselves to others. There's always going to be somebody more successful than you. We all want what we can't have, right? And God is a formidable father figure. How could we possibly measure up? Well, we don't have to. Whatever problems you have internally, the next person has something equally bothersome happening in their own mind. We can't possibly equate the two because they are completely different. Only you know the depth of your inequalities. No one else does. They can't see them unless you flaunt them. So whatever bad things you know about yourself, others have absolutely no damn clue. So act like it. Quit being the victim of your own internal bullying. Treat yourself as though you are a person in need of help, worthy of this help. Be your own positive feedback loop. And stay tuned because I'm going to go through all these chapters, yo. Okay, bye.